All right, yeah, but when you now about Afro City Extra, so and then Friday edition of Hot in the Evening. As usual, my name is guest Chidi, and then you will miss MPP communicator Nanaji Wabeka and Hoa, your best program Nasi Enche. Unfortunately, Kwasi Mensah Etia Nechi Kakra or try so Babeka and Ho, Ebia, there's a high chance of Babeka and Ho. Until then, no, you bet the best so na and Koma and ɛyɛ adwese bi di na yɛatoa so ɛtiefo mmakɔ aba abadwafo mmakɔ aba all right Chidi sɛ Wednesday before a yɛbɛkɔ no yɛhyɛ nkɔmmɔ bebree ase bi wɔ hɔ a yɛmwie ka sɛ yɛbɛtoa so adeɛ akyi adeɛ sɛ Ghana yɛ so deɛ wonim sɛ nsɛm no foforɔ bɛka
sɛ mpanimfoɔ ka sɛ adeɛ akyi kora ne ante asɛm
saa pɛpɛɛpɛ na tie nti yɛm sɛ owura na gye nem sɛ ɔyɛ hɔhɔ yi wɔ mu nti ɔno mu yɛbɛma no akɔ aba na
menyɛ hɔhɔ
wonyɛ hɔhɔ ɛne adeɛ ɛhɛ ne true but Afro City fia ha de ɛm sɛ nnɛ na wagresi ama yɛ saa pɛpɛɛpɛ nti yɛbɛma wakɔ aba bi
megye so
na mɛnsɛ mede wobɛhyɛ ase ɛsiane sɛ ɛsɛ ɔbɔfoɔ no deɛ nenam gu apa so for now no ɛm sɛ issue ɛtrɛ ne yɛ MPP primaries and after math of the primaries.
Yes.
Nti meto ama wo. My primaries we nipa bebree bɔ maba so say it's one of the most successful primaries that's far Ghana high say in this fourth republic. Eba mo sisem no ma say. Eba ne say na mutimi nya ne sa.
Eda wase. Mechiete for ana wona wo hwe. Memfa akonya we so embo MPP. Delegates for nyina abaso. After so the leadership of the party led by the general secretary and also the acting national chairman Chairman Buti. But yenda o masembo mabason so. After so not forgetting the election committee chaired by Yuraju Oseusu, former MP for Bekwa. Wo ejumaden a omoye during this presidential primaries and honhyehyɛ yɛhyɛ no it wasn't easy back and forth obi say we were hase ye skill nneɛma de ama we ye skill nneɛma de ama we but at the end of the day ebi akwanya ne to hɔ so obi bia a opɛ sɛ ɔbɛ contest or this presidential primaries no obetumi aba nti ebi esa akwanya ne to hɔ no enipa kukudam num 5 and the call your mokofa the forms na omokofa forms no more converting and everything they go through all this process balloting do so you baby obi den ekofa obi kofa number 1 or say that's the friends the choice are open and after so and no be kire abato no ensunsan so after so obi kofa 2 or say ono so edan finfin obi so fa number 3 or say makobium monsan farming kobium ebi call 4 obi fa number 4 obi so fa 5 or say ase ho enka ne no be 2022 2023 no na ye nipa be time ye ko na nipa be 10 nti e say na ye ko special delegate conference nti ye ko ye no na ye ko so ni so meka 5 by this time around no ambro sa 5 na ye pe so nti omu nyina obi a go through e dey abato no hyehyɛ so obi a hyɛ ase sɛ obɔ ne campaign ho adwuma Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ede ne campaign echire mu in fact ono no de no odi kan call the various constituencies ekoyi asutire odi kan suma mpanifo nso ahodo so mo nkɔbobɔ constituency fo no so amane especially the polling station officers ne say emre no du a obeba nti other aspirant ne so tisi mu ekɔ Ghana fa nyina yɛ den ekoye omo campaign party so at a certain committee to monitor the activities and the campaign messages of these aspirants and also edu baby na aye heated kabe 1 month ebano na campaign na very heated nti nsem bebre den ebobo bae so yenim aye san ya amanyosem yi ye ka ne se efie bia mensan den ewom nti hu tensem a Honorable Kennedy Japan kai otensema Yura Brian Champon kai otensema Yura Duchum kai otensema Yura Kennedy Japan and otensema Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia so kai nti omode omonsem nyina kogu party for nanim party for ni we and omo ka say okay ya so aswansa obi a message hote so ase na mum de no ho ti a atoya koma so pa no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia nti yekọ abato no ono ne yekọ akoto aba na yede de ama no nti yekọ primaries ni wiye no uhu se Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia na di nkonim ye ba bekọ no na tension bebre okrom during the campaign oti me the macho obize the macho men we say me the macho men beba ha me storm ho by the end of the day party mpenifo tena se ka say okay then police fo nyina ye den embremie nyina tena se ne nsan eye nneoma okrom aseyi at the end of the day yekọ abato no obia ehunu se akokọ bakrampo ne ho anyeden anka okro we mu nti chiro pefe say the New Patriotic Party yet kebi maminke biase and I'm not surprised say all the reforms in our political history Ghana ha a friend saying electoral commission chiche ni nyina MPP and den modern day sa ni nyina den baye nti yekọ abato no na nkofo expect uhu akonkomsha odo na moja begu na we betwa hwe we betwituo nsem bebre ni nyina by the end of the day MPP ye shemi zankrofo no all the critics all the doomsayers omokika nsem nyina yede krom ha even krama ye ka say certain candidate be polygon krom ateye nkrofo macho men bakoye in fact omoka nsem bebre said this election no be bloody it ye call elections na ayemhihie kra yede other people but MPP for ye ma a year police for the security agencies no ye ma omadwuma ye for because baby I me to maba and share so for example me call her me ko to maba as at 8 a.m. na police for no mokro mo titi nuase so ta say because MPP for my adwuma na ye den ye for ma wo MPP for as obi enim no yen ye ya krachifo nwrabafo enimdifo a ye buka bi ma minkebi so ta say ye bu kabi ma minkebi ye jemran so ye den edi krom haseyi nti ye to aba no wie ye no anoma ba kra hwanka no na is a plus nti ene yen MPP for nkrofo eka se monhwe MPP for so na monsua wo mo because nkrofo yo mo be call mo election ye ndc for ye nim de betumi esi krom haseyi omo de ye nim de betumi esi ye betumi kra nipa so ye betumi abotu nipa betumi kra fama we know the ndc what they can do by MPP ni entesa South say ebayi obi ehu how peaceful the election was and also flag bearer so it me na sundwem and on that very day na so no mpenifo mo call elections ni nyina same up the national party head office mo nyina kire say baby a ye kro no ye nya unity in kabom because election 2028 say you betumi agitumi friend this for mo was MPP yenya kro yenya unity
so what do you mo mame unity hona na ka me ba na ode abai
yes
what do you tell your critics though it's early days yet as at now candidate Brian candidate Ken and me Asia the winner of the race which is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because among for be ready meanings into it especially in the speech after the concession speech I say 3 years in fear be a bit messy for me sitting here me ni say there was any ill motive behind that speech but after that you know critics say well obi say this was the fairest primaries that ever happened but you say Kennedy and I say Brian though minority ekokochia nka say after a day or two no by this time they nka o ma approach though Brian they him say wafre ama nyina ya hwe bi wo and then but you Kennedy sir and Kennedy is a stakeholder or mo party no you can't do away with him
yes
and or play much role in terms of grassroots what do you tell critics say in terms of nkambo ma wokan e wo ho and I say mirage and I say early days yema kwan na no my own food naturally
yes omo be ka sansem ni nya Brian Kennedy ni ade ni nyina yeto abane wiye no dana na dwono mu nyina ye den ekọ a stage and nyina e de omo nsam ye den etu dwa so ti asem and adechi ye no uhu enkrofo omo tropi in omo ko Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ho ekoma na ye etirinkwa ensem afen so adechi ye no hunu se ye yira ye Dr. Yawaduchum aye den akọ eho akwa ni tirinkwa eba abonten yɛwura kwabena Japan so ayɛ den akɔ wohunu wo phone so sɛ yɛwura Brian Champon ɛfrɛ Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ɛma nkɔmɔ a mokɔdi ne nyinaa ne sɛ 2028 is the ultimate. So that's it. And yɛwura Kennedy Japan so I know for sure say ɔno so de ne nsɛm aba a menim sɛ ɔno nso bɛkɔ. And deɛ tie nie me ne wo ka sɛ Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ne Ghana ha sɛ yie watu kwan. So that's it. And no, I think is it Oxford University a ɔkɔ akɔkɔdi nkɔmɔ. Nti yɛtu aba no wie ne ade no ɔno nso enya invite a ɔkɔdi nkɔmɔ, one of the best economists in the world. I'm saying that program bi wɔ Oxford wɔ ɛma ɔkɔɔyɛ. Ɔka sɛ ɔbɛba over the weekends. Nti I know for sure sɛ ɔba yɛwura Brian and yɛwura Kennedy ɔhene Japan ɔmo nyinaa nso bɛyɛ den ɛbɛkɔ ne fie. And even though kra no ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ ne fie kɛkɛ, the Dr. Bawumia that I know and campaign for him no, I know very well say ɔno nso betu anamɔ akɔ ɔmo fie. Nti I'll not be surprised say the very day Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ever touch down in Ghana obeko yera Kennedy Japan ho, I will not be surprised say the very day obe touch Ghana no obeko yera Dr. Brian Champon.
And in fairness, in fairness, do you believe say I was say yera Ken and I call Dr. Bawumia and I said the other way around, because the entire Busa say as party structure, the flag bearer right now is the leader of the party. And now who fear na you will be penina and found one in the age and found one in status. The GD say I was say the friend say need to be a fatabia and so the man. Say Brian Dr. Bawumia boom eko ken nasia who need critics dear omoka say so Kennedy woman as pobi wo election we mu na betina mu na matete wo mu no that's what it who need say banasa. So we try to know because you reckon meeting no matete wono is still manifesting na woni ne nya adwensa
mpenifo kasa bi se pani due mate na mante so what I say and I open ye so what I say and at the end of the day during the speech of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia okacho say my doors are open for everybody. It is said Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia we preaching unity I also be ensure say unity beba party nim otu anamon kwa ye ira Kennedy nso tu anamon ba aye so what I say. But the Dr. Bawumia I know, the humble person that I know, no, I know for sure say what to kwen weti ane nechi awoni Ghana as we speak no. Oba obeko eyane nase anase yura kene Japan so beyede ebeko. Now he is the leader of the party. Although our constitution aka say is it in government or something the national chairman is the leader. So to say, but now we are in opposition.
Yes.
Now no obia ye ba bekan ye ho abom e push Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia into for unity and then kabom no. I know say omumienu nyina obi etu anamo aye but the Dr. Bawumia me na neje I know no. I know very well say mre obe touch down Ghana no. I know say obe sha ase aye den etu anamo akọ obi bi afie. Make I so answer no oba beko no. Ono ne ho keni Haji Samira Bawumia omokọ Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president of Ghana, omokọ hokoko akwakoku chiano and the scene and everything. I know say oba visit you bia and mamiga azemidro Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia emra obabeko obabe pray this flag bearer so to say in 2022 oko mpenimfo bia na so wo oko baby and baby nso a o sha say so obeko all over the country no so and also the come mpeni otu bofo momokoi and san no kran so yeden eba it is the Dr. Bawumia I know no dear I know very well say unity hu hia no and 2028 so ayade a hia Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia immediately obeta che Ghana no I know for sure say sida obekọ ho na ono akwakọ chia no akoka nsema yeden onene akwakodi nkita because we need Kennedy Japan, we need Dr. Brian Champon, we need Engineer Kwabena Japan, we need Dr. Yao Educhum. Obia obia as we speak going forward in 2028. And obia nim say the new patriotic party say kayen hu bomwa is easy say and saka to me. The NDC know very well. Say MPP for ka omo hu bom say kim to me no mbeje free omo ye beje free omo nsem. And she wo show mo results in 2024 eka bibi chiro. Omo NDC for no ehu abawo mo. Nti NDC mpese asumdwe beba MPP party no. So what I say, NDC mpese asumdwe ebeba NDC party no. Because 2024 election, wo show mo vote na. Now compare 2020 elections na. A true prefer say in 2024 omo vote na nhyeda nkosro bia. So what I say, omo vote na nhyeda nkosro, but the MPP dey na yede esote more, but they know say ye kaye ho bomu a easy for NPP say ye be capture ye beje ye power ye de efri omsem iti mane how masumdwe sem na ye ka ho asem ne how I know very well say now that we have a leader, discipline it take over. And so be sure ye to abani wie no they da hin na wate wa bonten so they don't share that. But in 2022 2023 na we change bibia okrum we dey nam ha say na we dey nam ha say and no crack contribute to our loss in 2020 for a election so to say but now no ye to aba ne wie a bibie mu da ho a obi ehun say o pa na delegate for no man ye den ato no man to an ye den ama me so to say ne mu momoto ma asomasi enti ama obi a ye den ne kasabo anko beka nsem obeka ni nyina no say abafom obi ehun say this election no it was free and fair and peaceful election wo krom ha iti saa di esi no going forward no and no be manifest e the MPP mo.
Well, I think as a party, as an association, as a group, so we come home say we be taking a certain decision. Not all decision might resonate and I say very popular with the people, but top bottom approach now we take you know. Aboamo in a way say na we can say after election you know. One odede BNC Emma Bibia the as now agenda setters. The only thing they read a meaning into Eurocan, not a friend say approaching Dr. Baumia. Aside that, and I believe say the decision taken by the election committee and then the NEC, right? By starting from the top to down, arguably, because others are saying it's not from top to down. Because as at now, the position be occupied aside the flag bearers. So they had to elect that one first and then they start the party from the down. It's here no I'm who say sometimes and yet this popular decision be and a very popular but necessary at some point to achieve your aim. So I want a boy MPP abaso so almost standing on more grounds. And then as we know after the election I'm say the end justified the means. And then who say indeed what they did is really the best decision they took for the party.
Yeah. The MPP in top, bottom, or whatever, or canon.
Right.
Yeah, yes, the neck and all those in a way and bad, you know. To me, someone fixed the date for a presidential primaries. So to say, yeah, neck, yeah, top, bottom, ABM. So what can MPP abakosem a pen kakra? Oshe 1998, 1996, a hokona. The ne esine, ya be pen. The SNA 1998, 1996 is be paying because Sam Reno now a president Kufo and ye the same thing day at the man our G to me my 2001 so to say inti any novel in our party and besides the NPP ever call elections from the polling station in the next month this polling station, electoral area, and constituency and regional and also at the national elections. By here be June, July, na TNC free all these elections. No. So I say, inti enye sa top bottom up near the adena omokano. A year committee no near money to me say or to me set a date for the presidential primaries and almost set it 31st. And also Nyamishira aye obibia supported this early presidential primaries because enka enye no a kaminyi ni say the enka ekoso party no enka ye nika ba ye corn ntem no ama asumdue ayeden aba aye party no and history be repeating itself and me wo gide wa rehwemu say 2028 yen sabeyeden yen sabeka aye tumi ewo aye krum aseye because ye be in 1996 1998 President Kufuor ekoje to me my in 2001 and they the same thing ya set early presidential primaries am yakwa ewie am party no my den adwo in 1999 and 2000 the same kasakasa because so by to abani wie no bibia den eba form inti me wogidie ewa rehim say impenifo mo da so daye say yenko this early presidential primaries no omo dwene konkan omo hunu de betumi ayden esi wachire nti no mama ikoye yakowie asumduaba and they say we have a leader and that leader is not just a leader keke that leader no what policies are what champion as vice president and in the constitution of this country vice presidential portfolio no yen share that man no ejuma papa bia wo mu se onye so what I say apart from say being the chairman for the police council no asa but we have a candidate ye presenting a obedi vice president no what me championing over 33 policies enne as we speak uko efie bie mu a eboa eye nipa ewo into presenting Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia I think say the good people of Ghana omo beto no matter aba no so e dia ma no in 2028
Chidi.
Kwasi.
Nya Kwasi. Nya Kwasi sorry. Eti. Tefu esema Kwasi entimi amati no frame Kwasi no. Usually Kwasi na hosti na otia na chi kakra. Sana waka no se asumdwaba. Uji tum se asumdwaba ana ye landmine as esoro kama but as any dangerous. Uji di se sana wusi show no man. Umutu election we indeed asumdwaba MPP party.
Asumdwe ni de yentimi nka sisi asumdwe aba because omoto aba ni nche amanfo da so won nsem bi hihye omumu a ebi kwetena abonten a omoka tichu kene Japan kofo
okay
say omo de omonto aba no ni timi ni say asumdwe ni hye da ni wo say wo so mo ye den omo tisi fom na yem de say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ka say obeye do be bia say na be ya nkabom ni asumdwe be den e ba party because fear dede wo ma na say division wo no and I say penyigoma untimi nkama mfumbu always no omutimi ani omope and at this time maybe MPP could do and I say penyibi ani fi obi ani ope and the way so na no can the ope no isi omayi leader there per new party structure there the chairman is the leader of the party but you see na flag bearer no one there ono so afa to no so say obey the obey bia say na be asumdo be dey e ba na
so now say MPP muni national chairman
yeah, national battle yeah friends so also na home fa no the first na act
would it be appropriate say so be resign name who say the seat is vacant
we have barely 4 or 5 months to say be elect a new national executive so
by politics there now they who say one day cry very important because said out Musa Dankwa kan no can Lucy in the last 2 weeks to him though scientifically nobody believe it can challenge that as now
a national chairman family by say the home fan
yes
so I say Emma na ye neck or something be Emma national chairman ebusuan by say and from there no chairman Buti the first vice wa atia bepem sesemri Emma was supervising ma yako all the elections the presidential elections na ama aye peaceful into me I know for sure say yeto aba na dey no so I say yeto aba na dey the national chairman no now in the term of office na end dey obetumi ka say ne wa recover oba be di ne national chairman and no be kan say iti yare nipa so I say nipa ye den anso a ohun betumi aye den adodo into me dey I think say barely 3-4 months away anymore the back elect a new national chairman and also a national executive no I think the resignation there is not necessary for now I think so
Chidi to us so
police station constituency national no we who the honor because you see I know here if the MPP was having a strong communication team I think they would have matched the NDC instead because maybe CCC so the government is struggling to communicate to the people but it looks like the MPP has not been able to pick it up first now can they'll be able to pick it up NDC time or more position now panic crown a better form of they escalate the issue but it looks like because the party communication very as a core-off, they don't know who should start the agenda for somebody. It's like the minority is working more than the party structure itself. And the MPP should do what they needful and make sure that they become a vibrant opposition and vital to the nation as well.
Well, Nana, the topics I am discussing one, Cocoa, Cocoa, Sama, Yeti, Yemianoma, Yapapanum, Yananum, Yofanum. Cocoa, a bidiagu a passo, a bidiacoca, Cocoa, a friend say, a world class, a friend Cocoa shell, yes, Sikamba. utimi koto cocoa I think onya 3,002 now they are 1,500 because obey school. Unfortunately it happened at the time as friend say tertiary institutions have school, so that is the vulnerable time of every cocoa farmer, and that was the time and that is the time through abandoned society and this abandoned society second word which cocoa farmers ka Doctor Randy and adwuma no bro no so anaasɛ yɛ moma nsesɛe a mo sesɛ to hɔ a na nyɛ papa ɛna ne yɛhu susu sanso anaasɛ yɛ den ne si a ama sesɛ cocoa farmers edi apanyin ɛwɔ man
many of them was you see kasa and politics and the cocoa in some no aye wukrum ha because me kai say MPP ye wa bemu in 2017 ye buy na a bag of cocoa na ye tono 475 Ghana cedis.
It was 450.
Yeah, until within that you know, until 475 and ye be fano. Until ye de bika home, e could do 800,000 3 and a epijan mo could do 3,001. E could do 3,001 no. And this for a pinty picture be ukruma. Actually the Ghanaian farmers and especially the cocoa farmers say. The NPP government led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo it's more than na it's more emutrimu edin nyina nan say. E wo senka cocoa bag no. Samre no e wo senka ye to cocoa bag no e 6,000 Ghana cedis. 60 million. And yem tumi antokra no e 6,000 no, but at least e wo senka tumi more between 9,000 and 6,000 no. It you painted that picture naturally Ghana cocoa for. And all the initiatives ahodwa the NPP did good for more near the boa cocoa farmers in Nana. And my cocoa farmers for ye day, ebufu ye ma, omoko pus kotoa by ye day, ATIA. Na bosha wo hono na say, MPP for entumi anto cocoa bonem. Nti omutumu bedu 3,001 de omutrimu adene. Yen NDC for Ghana cocoa akua for moto abama ye ne etumi ba ba mu a. Yen one bag no ye beto no 6,000 Ghana cedis. And that's 7,000 and that's 9,000 Ghana cedis.
I think someone can
say
7,000 Ghana cedis.
Iti in some of catch Ghana cocoa for na MPP a boy homoding near the cocoa pension scheme ayede aba uye cocoa kweni na se uye cocoa na edu baby na so wapom dia aba form near the idea that pension scheme na kita for esa ade ni nyina ye ade no and this focal paint picture says ade ni nyina nye e wo say itumi to cocoa bag no 6,000 to 7,000 Ghana for tie o mase and o moto abaye den itia MPP and MPP kotene fie and the MPP no so wanted that say ababa we bi ana maami bi ana sabre we bi ana kokora bi wa carry ni cocoa se me de cocoa shed e ma cocoa crash akatra me say sika ye de eni ho and the MPP bi ensi da and the MPP bi ensi but nkrofo e ba ya omo yes ha propaganda ni nyina omo benefited from sadie no Ghana for expect omo cocoa for expect omo say omo betu cocoa bag omo betu one bag bi omo de beje 6,000 Ghana cedis no omo peja abo no me no ka say 500 Ghana cedi kra omo ntumi amfa nka bebi Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo no ye de ebe fa ne di kudu ye no omo ntumi amfa bi anye de anka ho endu 500 Ghana cedis iti Ghana cocoa akuafo em no omo tu mu no omo sorry say na enye mo na mo ka kire yen say a bag of cocoa ye to abama mo ebedu 6,000 Ghana cedis no den and mutumu just a little about 300 or 400 Ghana cedis. And almost says some be propaganda. MPP for Omekolapsi cocoa sector no cocoa board or my yesi or modeka. And a catom say abu ya buy no. Na bibi wo hire friend cocoa syndicated loan. And over 32 years or something. Na de be a kojisika ewa a month for cruso and sunny dia bede e dia beto cocoa. And MPP for said there be I was see making sure say yeah. The second, the largest producer of cocoa. Yene tosumi. It's yene making sure say you bet me ayen shishe bi wo ayen bet me ayen ato ye cocoa. It's 2024 2025 cocoa syndicated loan yankwankwan ko jibi. Mo ba ayen na mo se o. Ade bi a friend forward sales. Mo ba ayen mo be ye den friends mo be ye for that policy no. E na mo keka nsem okrom. E na Ghana for say yate. De mo akani ayen den yate. And na yekoda sorry ya since November. Since November. Ena nkrofo edi omu cocoa cocoa shed. say omo kwa koton mo amantumi anto a bag of cocoa no de wo ho na mo de eye be 200 300 cedi ye den ebeka ho no Ghana for ete eye hasuo omo konwre mu ekokote eye cocoa eboye hataye e de cocoa she omo de cocoa she since November be permanent omantumi enye sika fama wo ebi wo ho omo 3 bags ebi wo omo 4 bags ebi wo omo 5 bags be permanent omo nsanka sika omo kohwa omo sisika nyede eni ho no omo kohwa omo sisika eni ho na de ba akokra me eye masefem ne se maami bi owo adroba na adroba na owo no ne ba ewie this senior high school oko eye friend saying university ne bi nkrofo ni so omo de fresh drills and no stress free ayeden e de aba eye krompa eno no oko university na omo betua eye yinama basa policy no moka no omo se ko bobosia na fa ko school no uko school no na omo sha se omo atua osika na ayeden e de ama wo na maame se de enye sa campaign na mo yeden mo de ka kire yen mo si okoremu a ontua school fees enye sa na mo ka kire Ghana for mo iti omo ka sa asem kire Ghana for na to maame ni trim maame ne eko eye cocoa shed wa bo ne cocoa 3-4 bags na order kwa akonya ne be 9,000 3 bags ne say around 9,300 thereabout o se me eko cocoa krache ho na makwa je sa 9,000 na matimu be 4,000 5,000 ayede e de akotu admission fee na ayede e de ama me ba okọ ho November be pem ne nsanka sika no enne me no kase akra ne tifie e wa adroba akra ne tifie enti ne ye ko ya na ye bai mo di aye politics koko no and this for the aye politics enne aka Ghana koko kuafo ani na ade a ewo mu a ha adwen ne se mo si koko board I friend saying wo entwetwede oni sika sema ye den abafom but today me no kase unim say koko board for ato 150 vehicles 150 vehicles omo de yede matogu headquarters and amuchika ne say ne kwa omuchika ne say ne kwa and 4 Land Cruisers for the CEOs and also the deputy CEOs and I have to talk us we and a cocoa for our matia hesuo abo mu koko e de akoko she be pimo ne yenye sika nye den emfentua wo muka omokoka no muko blame MPP for so yenye hwe asat ye free office obie no wo betumi aka kire me na neje say yen MPP for ye free office no na wo ye koko kwani na wo de koko sheda na wo nye sika obie no wo betumi aka sasem no iti enei de abai Ghana koko kwafo ntia sese nkrofo na politics no moye omo a mentumi antum wo de koko ni so ko koko sheda ene wo nsa nye den enkasika and the smuggling and nkrofo smuggle because or the koko crash wo no onye den onya also the pe Ivory Coast wo no be bia den eko no kokoton ho iti ene de esi wo krom ase no de esi wo krom ha na mempo de minim se wo so ho kire wa den na ho kire wo tumi koto 150 cars ho kire no utumi to 150 cars na koko akuafo nti ase se nkrofo ne de omo adwene na edi agro de omo ye ni nti omo mpese omo betum ne se omo wo gidie ndc fo no wo gidie bi wo mu se Ghana for sebi omo se ye yare arefie se what I say president mama ne kan so o se Ghana for yare arefie iti omo se yetum na ebia 2027 2028 na Ghana for ri ayede akwa kofi ene ye nye ne sa ene ye be ma Ghana for no wa kire omo enne edu 2027 2028 na ye pajem so that yetumi de ayeden yetumi de win a next election ba obe ma onyonko ho akire ne ne
I think say in fairness cocoa price world market are dropping asad omoye pricing window no na ye 5,040 farmers gate right na sika by the farmers that time now metric ton a ton 5,000 and then 40 5,040 US dollars. Asad now is 4,030 US dollars.
Around 4,500.
But I believe say government no and for any respect a cocoa farmers. Honor the Kamisan be kind of say a cocoa board, gold board, to gold at the premium, which is even higher than the world market. Just say almost they are doing so to avoid smuggling. And yes, sir. Cocoa and I show my about my bra 50 time memorial every single
140 years.
Yes. And send assuming say ampa world market price cocoa above. Same way gold echo from no government assist to beton aboard them boka through a friend say 240 million US 14 million USD. From IMF, from Clarity, we all know say trade losses. You can't say be a trade losses, sir. Mama 1,000 cities sefa could be breme. Oh, bad. Oh, day a friend say 800 ne buy. A can wabo. And yes, sir. The bien which is a umboka. Same way. And a good body anything. And the unbelieving say cocoa price world market above. But for the sake of say, when him say Ghana until now, no, we all knew say cocoa na the backbone of friend say Ghana. It may so much focus on the gold. Na yemfa friend say ye nim kwohwe cocoa farmers no. Na yem omu say ampa world market cocoa na ba from 5,040 to 4,000, almost $1,000 difference. Who bought that cost? One be fast cost no. Aban anase cocoa farmers. O ka che cocoa farmers say on fast kana me no aban nya abi. Na mom say aban am ye hu say so timito gold aboarding because of a gold instead of be a bit sustaining dollar na bo from there. Sa cocoa na sustaining your mind for a long time. It's a ban fa kwan a obefa so obe subsidize and as obe so cocoa pricing no so. Kopim say cocoa world market price be dey ebe peja. I believe say it's fair for me to say this, but to say aban ne boapaye is say onim say yare arefie dey. E ho dem say me wo adwen
Oma sheda. Because in 2016, so FOB price na offer in terms of dollars na 2,960 $1,000. So
2016.
In 2016.
Okay.
And no FOB no Ghana for NDC then no Emma Ghana for 475 Ghana.
Okay. At in 2016 dollar was around 4.4.
Mo.
Okay.
And NPP as at year 2 mo 1,003 no. Now that's this FOB price no. It was around 2,600. But yet we Ghana for saying 1,300 and something.
At which rate?
In 2018 or 2022?
2022
yes.
Dollar was around 15, 16 thereabouts.
You see, a politics so and the abedu baby I drew no. A politics and the abedu baby I drew. It is a and I make catch say a boapaya. Minim ye nuanom ye. Because in 2023, year 2 year maker this FOB prices each other. Who campaign on yeti I was here 2 more than that. Okay, Erikopoku. And then on a great minister. Anambwa. So no a great minister. Me makase your oppositions be a president mama dia mankophobia we sumo mafidie. No mudo mumunim. Especially the finance ministry. Especially the energy ministry and also the agric ministry. And Crawford modi omototo ano ne nyina no, omo ye Crawford no ye talkative. Omo ye loud e wukro we mu. Erikopoku ye de na kwakoto agric ministry. Cocoa board session ase ana mebo. Ana enche session ase. Ono no kwotena interview so, one one
the Cocoa board has been decoupled from agric ministry.
But it's all part of agric in sense ama ye ka wukro ati. So that say.
Yeah, but for clarity, right now Cocoa board is all part of
back to the agric ministry. So we the core finance.
Yeah.
No can say they will return.
But
I think
they've returned it. Okay.
It's Erikopoku ene eche sa nneoma we nyina. Ene Erikopoku ye minister. There na preventing from say opeja a bag of cocoa akwakodo 6,000 Ghana cedis. There na preventing. Ene ato force no nso kebi or finance ministry. Ono kura no ka say was at least you turn be 7,000 9,000. Ana mebo. It's your no so your finance minister. Then na preventing from say obetu cocoa a bag of cocoa no makodo 7,000 and 9,000 na mo kan. It is sample for we yaye in Crawford Ghana for kase politicians in Kano. Ato forcing Erikopoku and the likes. Omo yaye sample for na ema Ghana for kase politicians in Kano. Because oko kan some dechre wo mo. Oma to abama. And the when ya to me na wayen ye dia wo kan ye ma wo mo. Wo ene wo de wada. Ene omo pro kra wo baby e omo. Ene what is a cocoa crea for say ye koye demonstration demonstration emrewafo ne nkokrafo omasama manim fifre ate ahasuo omuso omukoye demonstration etia ban all because of say omukoko no no so matumi abone kakra no omde kokoko shed yesi sikeni na obi wo hokrampa onya one bag no ebia onya kwota bi anase onya half bag enumpo ode kono akwakwa kope bibia eden edi eneme no kase okwa onya fertilizer bo nso ayeden okoko mbeka to $1 ukoka ombeka cho $1 so ta say iti bibie no ho ekoso okrum ase bibie no ho ekoso iti media cocoa farmers no meka cho so munum nsuo ntwen ope omunya abotoye mo ewom se ewa kire de be na kire pi ye mankrofo no 4 years enne omo ya ko 2 years no we afi we free mo ya ko 2 years omo dey check 2 years eni kire kra because the MPP to me page me from 475 to 3,000 a true pepe say the MPP you drink cocoa for and yes we need to me buy it to me the pension scheme class and see how much but today e den yes and then okoka almost $1 okoka almost say inflation and the inflation so and cocoa for so na the chance mu kra ne say so almost $1 but yenya eye presidential staff awukrum eka kire yen say cocoa akuafo no de ntie ntumi ni nyina $1 ndi yekoya na ye ba ene se na cocoa akuafo meka to say ene moma $1 ne ko gina bebi agina na yenya ye because se wo se enu nti na ntumi ade na opese o kire ye iti abai we ayese president mama so ase onni krom ha as a president ni krom ha and the vice president ni krom ha because cocoa nsem we ya ka ho asem from last week and even krano from last month you say last month krano last friends last month obi de ni cocoa akọ since November bepem ne one Ghana kura wonyai ba yenyan crofort na krom ha omoka say all is well omo say all is well in this country all is well
I think say
beka che cocoa akuafo ni so omo nko makomanto
I think say President Mahama in any town as we speak, but or has sent out last week now. But NPP communicators must up their game because as at now, when the news said trend in Ghana, fugu upon how mamunina
made them
they say as Kumasi as a doom sabo sembayo because the tears is light and doom near sonny. So what I say
na
cocoa farmers into your mocha 24-hour economy about discussing. Policy document according parliament no job 133 no nowhere to find. And it has been passed but we don't know the a friend say alternate opposition party you must up your communication name who say because I now said me no ka say fugu na trend you say president Mahama say fugu ko Zambia Zambia for say blouse
you see
it's just now from yesterday night to now uko Twitter uko all social media handles what is trending is
fugu na hu hia Ghana for it's not enye no na hu hia NDC for no no mo no omo hota wo mo no mo di sankomo no but you see me fugu no me wo kan enye wo kra na kan kamente me on the social media now no the Ghana mbebu no ka ho asem is the 133 where is the jobs and no na Ghana for ka ho asem and okubio TikTok na ewo ho mu nyina so ta say
Chidi cocoa farmers be dey hear me pa cocoa farmers do what's up buying honest and then admit to say me kind in opposition but me wrong answer now because me to me fast says even cry no 6,000 no me to me farm mo nemum 3,002 na brema mo cry no pren you know ye the mom enye yi it's say I buy boka one my question back on the two Randy Abi doctor I the position man as cocoa board CEO adwuma no fu say bro no so na amne no
much
so that sana bi can say adwuma na nya adwuma was nke the man no so because as a cocoa board CEO kwefu ma friends of political students you vote na adikusi efu na ye said na the press conference our year no was it yesterday and ya nsam a wo kan no and resonate with ordinary cocoa farmer so betin ho say asem na enchire mu no mba yi one was a ban admit no communicate well with the cocoa farmer and say ampa ye ka say be mamu say but baby a ya chichi economy na koduru no say ne de mamu be ye no admit na ka esesa kakra for once we hu say ampa politician ka asem a ogitum na oyem funso so a ogitum say ne ye ka say mahama second term no obe ye ne legacy sa legacy no ebi ni say waka asem and wa ma promise now make ye no right now no economic conditions na allow ma on that promise because as a time now almost that dollar was around 16 15 in 2023 $1 was added cedi was the worst performing currency as at then when you did the math now indeed they could have offered that 6,000 but now we know say dollar hovering around 11 cedi 11.5 when you do the math 11 by 4,039 in blue baby what's up buying a jitum na oba down na admit say ampa o kan ba wontimi nje first question no second question is Dr. Randy adwuma no ebro no so yenje ma obi foforo ana
siye medawase asem we no enka unya nka be ka bi ama apan no but so bi suma firi na se yi ono ankasa no wagya na ma won kwa obefa so be yede obeyi na adi nukrem ohwe pa now no there is cocoa surplus in the market. And yeah, no, Dr. Randy Abbey, I love the first word me say yeah, no boarding because we are selling ours around $6,000. And the other tono also $6,000. When you be a be $4,500 and $4,000. Who $6,000 no fun your day. On fun because who dear no at the global level, they are boarding. And you see the exchange rate now above from and also another factor. Because all 4,500 now multiply by 11, it will give you around 49,500. The exchange was around 12.5. We ran about 56,500. And what is about that a honor crown cobaye or Beginis and unquiet or Betoma cuckoo phone. He said, baby, o medruno. I wasn't Permucan or Mede or Muge. But Permucan about affecting in terms of votes because cocoa farmer and befu say why then. What that? Cocoa farmer no on winning world market price. And I would him say FOB say you. On one day any say wakwati the cocoa na wakari no de akoma cocoa cratch no. Ni sika na or hena no na bede ebeba abrebi o hese ni sika no bede ebe kwa no cause e woni tirim say cocoa ya ade a ya ton free tete anye den ye moka. It is all better so am na de na yes why den wada ada no what say sisi no. Eti de aban no bitime ya ne say oka no kren na waboka wanka no kren no so emi cause isi ayi ekoba ebo so mimiensa cocoa farmers no kan no me den omo but the reality is say surplus are there about marketing. Dr. Randy Abbey, my character man, no host for Good Morning Ghana. He was having solutions to every problem. To the sense that he called a whole government useless. Today, he's the head of the Ghana Cocoa Board. And we are bedding. Abetuno. Yes, a human now without his own to me. But sometimes it's power cassa, why careful. A bear will say, we are seeing saying in our own corner. Yet the Bibima will be watching a bino. What can't kind of tree more tree where the beer so. So what can influence what can they tree in idiot? What kind tell me was a thing. If we say Siciano, cocoa farmers need to say, Isican, a war him. Also, so catch almost say, a one air 20 the no boarding. Now, I was said, now the bar from now because I same which now. And you see, time I know what man. I saw say he wasn't fit for the job. The reason is here, he is a sports expert. I thought saying kunya sports ministry be anka wedding. Ebebuano. But you man wa akwaja na me hu ne say amene no afrofro no. Because ene me hwen do o to na no kasa na. Utumi se nyoma wedding, amene papa ne pa kunya kwa nko wedding. Obegya ato no so nkofo bi no do ma na wedding. Ebua. Etu ono adwuma no kebe ebe ya kebe bua na ka wunjai. Na nkwati na fi. No obi o expert embesom because obi expert besom a onum ko obefa so oni cocoa farmers ne be den ebe kasa. Ebi say time ani Ghana ye ka say nkoji syndicated loans ni bi onu. Joseph Boy ehunu ko ofa so ne cocoa farmers ye den ebe kasa. Ene na metu na meka say nka Ghana da so gi syndicated loan na ke ka say me na kan di ba be ka che Ghana for. Because we the syndicated waji loan na wi. Wo de ko auto wi. Sisi a wo bo na wo to no. Ntimi to o ma wo kwaji busa ni from so be den. E ba betwon. It whoever or hear that plan it will new say a time will come and we say bit my day. Esi nti enye den enye we fan to one. Enti kokwa for no kra ni say aban no sika no onya bi mam ene china. Ye be ya ni say do person ka ni say monti so. Monti so dia obenya sika ya dey. E dia ma na monti so pa dia ene mo forget say 3000 e ni dia. Mo san ye den enka.
I think say a bread say politician say Ghana for yeah very sophisticated into wuni ye kan sama omondi no krenchre. I want say the press conference no be no. He say aka just about 50,000
tons. Some tons.
Lance's friend say Cocoa Buyers Association almost a follow up press conference. It turns out say aka almost 300,000 tons. So what I say? I think say politicians say some money and trying to cream now can't someone now no unlike before Ketreman Pro especially assembly of KBA will be on the internet. Nana 24-hour economy there na buy the car and there na you see.
But many Mensah was beam 24-hour economy. One of the campaign messages are NDC for the two Ghana for trim. And year 2024 elections, no, be take center stage krum ha. Emma NDC for the home come out Ghana for, especially to the youths. Say MPP for ama or how aba create jobs den emfama mebunu no. Iti Ghana mebunu nto abama NDC President Mahama. Ba through 24-hour economy no. Ghana ni bebunu bia benya adwuma yeden aye ewukroma. Iti kan say the game changer. So okay. Iti 24-hour economy ni nyina ne say edwuma na nipa ba ko beye no nipa 3 na beye den ebeye. Iti say wadwuma a woti he ya wo yi. O sori a e wo say another nipa ba ko ye den eba. Nipa ba ko no so sori a wo say another nipa ba ko so ye den eba. Saa kopem say ade beye den ebechi. Kopem say a week ni nyina beye den ebeso. Iti Ghana mebunu agye ema omo kura akobọ honwom. So okay. Mo de bo nwum kwenkwen wo krom ase yi edi asa wo krom. Se NDC for say mo de 24-hour economy na eba na obi abenya adwuma ya dia na ebeto aba ya den edi ama wo. Already na nsem wa MPP kan ye na yempese yebeti because na MPP no ye wo track record I kire say ye create jobs bebrama the Ghanaian people. Ba na ye create ma eye Ghana fo nyina ntini ye ka kire wo mo say emre papa ye den eba because ye lay solid foundation ye de nyoma agugu form and obi enim say ye free or how many pie ye 2020-2021 because COVID-19 ba ye no and the bebre MPP ye nyoma bebre ase. There's obi en ho betumi a challenge because between the year 2017 to 2020 no na nyoma ye den e good e wo kro we mo ema ye kakra say NDC kra ye den egu anamba na oni kroma mo ba COVID that renchem ba ya ebema economy ni sha say e face crisis no na enye Ghana nko a na ye wiase nyina so just ba ye kan ye nkrofo na e Ghana fo antiase na NDC fo nso de bewo mu say 24-hour economy ejuma nipa ba ko ye nipa miensa na babe jomoka eye friend say passport office omoka DVLA omoka so many places at 24-hour economy ni bewo iti Ghana for to abama 2024 2025 omobe nya akonya ena omo say oma launch 24-hour economy ba ye kwa chire kohwe mu no na there is no budgetary allocation for the 24-hour economy oma launch policy no okeke omo ko fa area guzitando ena beda no omo launch eye program no because na pressure abase inwuma na mo kan ye through the 24-hour economy e wo he nti ene ma ye fa ho pepre ne ye den yenko launch the policy. It's a launch ye no na Ghana for expect the implementation. Ano na Ghana for mebunu ye den expect. But Ghana for mebunu enante from Axim to Zebila. O menhunu baby at 24-hour economy ni wo. And o mo ko share budget, eye 2025 budget ni mo. NDC for budget no. omoko hwe mu no eno mu hunu say sa budget no omatro wo mu say yemfa Ghana ni bi adwuma in 2025 na Ghana for say ukacha yen say 24-hour economy no the game changer eno ne yade aye de ebeboa Ghana mbebu no obia benya adwuma ye nti wo hwe omo billboard no bi sukura no matro obia bedidi peche leboa with the 24-hour economy aba launch program na wie ye hwe implementation ya pewo krom hanum nyinara ye hu 24-hour economy and almost in 2026 budget ye ko hwe 2026 budget no a sign pressure e ko almost 2025 obi ehunu say there is no budgetary allocation for the 24-hour economy in 2025 budget no and a 2026 budget omo de bi ko shemu and omo twa 110 million Ghana cedis e de share ho say omo de kwa ye 24-hour economy na menua ende ye koda sorry ya omo say omo de omo akoye na authority okohwe omo friends omo perform juma functions of this authority ni so a unhunu ba bia sa 133 jobs na ye de ewo iti Ghana for akase nsem a mo ka kire ni nyina nsa na ye ndada and I am telling you say ye to abanne Ghana mabunu beto abetia NDC aban because what that wo with the 24-hour economy because o ka kire yen say even disco ayeko so guy discotheque almost ye beko disco no 3 times president mama ne kan yo emre omo lanche omo manifesto ni this 24-hour economy o say disco kra ye beko no friends 3 times obi beba no pa na bia ba ewia na bia ba enumre so ta say iti insama mo ka kire Ghana po ni nyina no nkofo ni ye the otherwise iti 24-hour economy no na ade a mo ka kire say e be create jobs for the Ghanaian people but today then ye hu and yenya a whole majority leader our friend Mahama Yarga o ka kire yen say o ye Ghana babunu na udwini say the mama ko fasika bi na ode abeye 24-hour economy na to wadwem this is what omo ka kire yen in 2025 Mahama Yarga it's a 24-hour economy no penny baby ahun in baby omo boy so omo kwakoye 24-hour economy ni nyina no me say ye ko ho baby eni ho iti baby a no mo ye omo 24-hour economy ne de da no ehwa na omo ye no itu hwe omo manifesto ni mu a onim se omo de transport kokohwe mu so omo ye 24-hour economy ba ye tikrom hai transport no omo ye omo ade da ofa asafo VIP omo ye omo ade uko cycle new plan ha omo ye omo 24-hour economy iti ene no omo be claim say omo 24-hour economy ni nana ye twa omo okrum iti ene be bi omo bobo so nyina India manifesto no ope 24-hour economy na hu iti ene se nkomu create jobs for the people nke na ye hu de ye hu okrum nke ye hu de ye hu okrum
aban said yes on also create jobs and I say aban said yes obe create the conducive atmosphere ama jobs foster okrum.
The private sector and only the engine of growth. And government needs to create a conducive environment for businesses to move. So to say. But the hope and crofone de mind and say aban ne be create jobs na the Ghanaian youth. And yes, I know catch ye. Omo bo baby din DVLA meboa. Omo bo passport office. And I ho no mo kikan. Omo ka certain government institutions. Iti Ghana mbebunu a omako university enya ahotoso se yanso ye baba ye white collar job dey. But today dey na ehunu. And also who create conducive environment for businesses. And dey na yekoso taxes upon taxes. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Aban we say ni din ba ko no. Obu Ghana for faso. Taxes ahodo. Minim say you suka. So you suka. So who na ukutwa insurance and then no gaze woni so matum and no matum this is the government of promising Ghana for manna, especially the youths manna the youth omo nyum na kwen omo say 133 24-hour economy 133 but today ehunu be bia nti na mebunu no omo tifie mebunu ne tifie. And one typical example of who say mebunu ni tifie. Hwe de kosi wo airwork. You see police forms aba. You see military forms aba. You see fire service. Hwe nipa ko bu fa so e wo say eye bi ai ho e ma bi mpo efam wuye so okay Maiwa 305 no omufam wuye and Ashanti region akwa bi si and my chance on the video bi a ade a hadwene because sa babawa no so no kwa kopa adwuma yo and na babawa in sa stampede no e ma no koda ICU na wo hwe ne condition wo mu a yeyi na free ICU so mbre fia e friend Sandra Boate asifim e wokrom no kwa kopa adwuma ne ho dendenden a okwa kopa police and as military ni bia but today hwe de esi mo na mo ka chen se e 133 iti NDC for no de o medicine Ghana for pa mmebunu no de we bufuo ewo mmebunu no omo de o ka o meka just $1 o ka o meka just inflation ba mmebunu no pa adwuma ye the Ghanaian youths omo pa adwuma ye o ka chen 133 ene de eni ha disco ya yen kono 133 e baby a o ka se o koye 133 no ho no ye hunu no baby a iti ade a e ha adwene and you see government ni so wo posture bi e wo krom ha o ka na ne crofo ni bedi watem because eneme na o ka say inhuma MPP create mo ba e na mo se mo pa mo crofo efrim and one typical institution a baby ameka ho asem the health sector no health no who send the backlogs of nurses go fie ba backlogs of nurses go fie ask yourself say e dey na ekoso wo the health sector na nabudan kwa kufado any MPP ye bomodi ye say ye see hospitals be brama Ghana so that ye betumi afa ye nuanom yi nkofo koye campaign ti MPP through the health nurses ni you know omo je campaign ti MPP by ye catch am say ye be create jobs ama wo mo omo nya abotrema yen ye build all these hospitals near the afa wo manyam omo ntie omo kotie 1334 no and omo to abetia MPP but today wonim say all the agenda 111 na nado dankwa kufado e hyase hospitals na wo si ni no and then krofo ne jane nyina kan rem ama enne today agenda 111 no bi ebi adane empire bobia omo bom paye wo.
Well, I think say this year mama make promise on be complete 10
meba enne agenda 111 ebi ye bom paye wo me de mani akwa kohunu bi
critics so be busa say na mo kwan say mo be wie ni nyina
yes
say na mo wie ye
enne ye ika me no ka say na MPP wo ho a and they complete majority of them. But today
you had 4 years mandate. Into the project amoye nyina no. Now was some fitting into the 4 years span.
So we have 4 years.
4 years no. Saying na mutimi complete ye.
Me no ka say. Ye commission bi. Especially in Ashanti region. A commission a friend saying traded here. Me boy.
Commission and completion. I think say two different.
Yeah.
Mu wie ye.
Ye wie.
A resource.
Go there, me call.
Ena aban ne ba ye no obepam workers ni nyina
na
tumu ana.
Meba. Yen ye complete commission. Said a complete commission offer.
Okay, the question is
me wo you see the fact is say nipa nkomo.
Let's skip the question. The question is who wie a commission ye. E fa workers go.
Ma me ka asem chiro.
Edisi aban ba ye no. Ena osan tum ma workers nyina.
Me ka asem chiro. Ye complete commission. Na nyoma wo kwa. E was a doctors and nurses for ye de. Ekokokoko ye adwuma. I have the videos and everything here. So to say, Fofia and Twata, MPP could now opposition. It we were expecting say yes, governance is continuous. No, Nanka also workers here as we speak. But it says the politics. You will come at 90. Almost you. So to say, but today me no say hospitals are shall say yes. E will come. E be ye car park. Ye car park. Which is the agenda 111 no. Ye dia car park ukrum. Trailers na park car ho. Trailers na ye a park car ho as we speak. Enu ni nyina no na egu ye yi so a ye say ye de be fa Ghana for nwumem. Ena nkofo ne de 24-hour economy 133 jobs be bo. Je ne de na esi. Ena Ghana mabunu obi a ye fed up with the government. Because okoka o meka to $1, okoka o meka to inflation. Ba inflation ni dollar no mo kan. Yen te Ghana ye di dollar. Odi dollar. Ba yendi dollar. So ta say. Ba okoka on be catch say dollar ba form. Okoka we catch say inflation. Ba Ghana form mebunu no e pa adwuma ye. 133 jobs na mo promise na. 133 no na Ghana for pe. As we speak, ubisa Ghana ni bebunu bia onye adwuma. No bisa ne say e die ni we hia de opese. Obe catch say be pese be ye adwuma. because ene sika ene bema ana meboa o farm boy ne wo gym no enko hui uboto no emu nye duru a obi ubehu se ne tia esa achem kwati na wo se waje wo ge na waje wo hukene ti Ghana mebu no pa adwuma aye na mo so mboto mai den aye duru nti de na ekosi okuru to
Chidi.
beat the jobs.
Chidi, 24-hour economy. Then opposition NDC promise Ghana for. Is it to say in the core parliament? Yeah, pass bill. Yeah, ma. Jumanana. And I different from yeah, who expect us Utah. I also was when it does so say we need many BI.
First of all, Bill na angasa na afei no ma pass in the musem no me saka na me kan wi a cause honorable is it I don't go. Like I say whether 122 or 133 is still the same as the 24-hour economy. But the campaign that they did was job 133. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. That was what the youth was looking up to. I was part of the people who agreed that you don't need a 24-hour economy. But the 24-hour economy is a policy implementation and a policy being soon and so on. For instance, if you invest in industries, say na cocoa for me. If Ghana had invested in cocoa processing into other products, do you think say 24-hour economy will not be running? Because the demand for that product will be high. The benefit of cocoa, I ubenya nkwa to say cocoa ubenya nkwa is different. Palm oil, palm is different. Other products are different. Yet here running imagine TV station. Do we need somebody to tell us say we should run 24 hours? Because we know that there are people who are always sitting film here TV 24/7. Not say be amount for obi 24/7, but amount for be there. It'll be any favorite program where there. Okay. They accuse the NPP say modi free SHS ba no. Manye policy a bia nti no modi no is a policy yom there at one. And we all saw the 24-hour economy launch. It was different from what they campaigned to us. During the launch, I want be developed the coaster, the black voter, and then 24, E24, you know. It's a bill now, my person, and I'm a con say, does it align to the Omo campaign and I say in alliance to the Omo day? Omo launch because 24-hour economy will be sacrificed for vivid explanation. Obia what the other or can't share who say no get your catch or say you better electricity so but you say electricity here the boy thing oto ya hu na asa say mo amobe adwuma nwumre no you be mo calibrated meter that calibrated meter no I don't know we adwuma wuntu akese and I'm telling us and say me a company na Afro City atia no say na say mo ebia me ye biscuit na say daytime no my friend nipa 1,000 and a day adwuma I'll just tell 800 to go home. Na daytime you produce less. Then you mama 800 number. No more be adwuma because electricity born the air full. Does it mean I'm running 24-hour economy? It's the same people mind. I mean, new employment here. So they need to put like I think say what they campaign on is different from what they are telling us. You need to sit down, structure it well. It is a good initiative. It's a good idea. Every country that is effective, develop runs a 24-hour system, but it's institutionally selective. Any institution behind the bit running 24/7. I don't see the need for a bank, a passport, DVL office to be running 24/7 because passports, you know, as you are indirectly encouraging what kind of say migration because passports need manage all the heading. So I'm going to know do people need passport urgently? There are certain things that people need. The job that people need, no. Agree to process amount for a cinema moves to say, or my juma, or my grow beans near but intimate. If we had factories, it would have been running 24/7. So they should focus on industrialization. Or more automatically the 24-hour economy now. And I feel because you see, I know, okay, so by 24-hour economy, over develop 133, over increase more kind of say more salary and move baby because any juma a day profit here then ever directly because obi no be run DVL office so here or pen for so obi no be run passport office so here or pen for so at the end of the day we are just increasing the amount of salary available. So I think say they should sit down and structure it very well, and if they do it well very well now it targets industrialization, it will help them rather than targeting certain institutions. Yeah, at the end of the day no omo na de carry den ebre omo
ana
senior
so am interchange yes ebu no tot amamo yesu ana yenim se eja ye papa ne obekọ pensioner na eja wakoto half plot bi no si di kakrakra na say 2 rooms ana ya ne atim and this aban beto a friend is a 40 year so am interchange because say minimum kra MPP ebeto bibi sa wo poku ase e mo revise ne kra man from 3 tier to 4 tier yekoda sori ya yese aban ni ska enti yebubu so am totot amamo ye no 2 tier ebi so say oye 2 tier wontimi nsan call back to 4 tier regional minister say this is the true version but road minister say mo be kan ye no this is the true version me eti ase
regional minister ne de say ono de ono no adwuma no wonte ase ofi say ebia social media so tena entwerotwero sabi nsem a emfa ni entwerotwero nsem sabi menka ne say eze fun ana sabi bi say enka nsem a ehu hia enkyere nkrofo eno no no ofi say ne regional minister no because regional minister ya ye ka say omedi obai achievement okoka no true jobs okoka no okeka ne eye ne de so ta say but a time and season nemre ne be de ebeba one sha mre bi bedu at social media no ohunu a odemerika ne bedwane because obai an achievement ne dia na nsen ya okotwetro nyo bi on Facebook say achievement obai wa ya no basa na ni nyina yenkontompo sana ni nyina yenkontompo so obeka ya okache yen say ukohwe ne post na ose between 2025 we said 2025 2026 contract bi o so my dey also call Secha from place omo obi bi a friend Drobonso College of Health and Science Drobonso me call Drobonso ko chini honum nyina me movie the drones and cameras across the constituency me hunu asase o so wade ato obetro on Facebook o sambe ditro say ukobosome frɛ ho a two as a story building boys dormitory bi o say eno ma ye and me sign eche so boa oditro o ye regional minister won kanokre because our project no me na neje me na me kotwa as our project no na nado danko akufade in 2021 2022 and osima o ye bosome frɛ ho for and you are right the former regional minister Kwasi Mensah ono no commission and I have the videos and pictures. Last year no be this antro no December mo hono ye be di Christmas e no be this antro no fi say yada to be this antro nako nti enya nwanwa say obebie na no aka sansam fun no a kire eya asante say yem kobo ni twi version eda na say regional minister mon kan say asante man da na say yem mo twi version kire eda na say so that's it because the new patriotic party eba beto eye poku asede sesa na omoka anamebo ye ba beto ye say beto ye you making sure say you see a complete ma the good people of Ghana and Ghana say the great
in fact more revise it cry improve from
is it three
yeah it was 3 tier
and ye pija no ko 40
yeah
ye mo bia de nani ye de NDC what track record say omo ba na MPP a share project ketie bi ase e wa santememu a isi that say omo nye anaso omo beti sa project so
and same one example with Sofu line
yes one example wo kra about Sofu line thing there's no need for me to say it ofa eye edweso kwan ya unso mampani kufo in 2008 is it 2007 2008 eye say yenye dua courage no from from Mesa to Duapompo almost to Konongo. So kaya ntimi wo sa ni kura wa haze yi 20th October 2008 Okate sought for the construction of 24-kilometer route from Mesa to Duapompo so that nka ufri Kumase kwa nka demu tu sa kopem Duapompo bankrofo ne bae no eno mu gi free ho ono mu yesi dwe so it omo track record say MPP share big project biase wa Ashanti region omo ba iti da so omo nto aso ana say project no omo de omo nsabeka no ma ye ne kuma bia ma Ashanti region e de na Ashanti region de aye wo mo because ye ti krom hey Ashanti region, mo na mo boost Okroma say Ashanti region. Mo. Is it first or second world bank?
I think so. The election results, the voter rate. They did higher than voter rate.
Yes.
Over 590 something thousand.
So what I say?
Votes.
It is all this
higher, the second highest also.
Yes, it is all this. Friend saying vote Ashanti region the mao. Nanado dankwe kufado ni MPP. Ya share swami interchange nase. Yesi 40. Wabetu yema Asante. Wose wo na odwen Asante ho ana mebwa. And this for say omo na mo dwen Asante project e wokrom ha omo na mo yeye. Ena wose wo na odwen ho a adan na wonye ma Asante. Benyam regional minister be cancel fun wa kire say yen Asante yen tebrofo. Iti omo motwi ne nkire yen ne yente. Yen na regional minister person o ka kire yen. So untumi mwa omo kan say untumi mwa ya afo a enkuka na duro yen de enkotumbu. Wa ba betu to aso because me na neje minim say as at 7th January 2025 MPP hand over to the NDC no na contractor was site oye. I have the videos here and I have all the big projects na wa Ashanti region na contractor ewo wa oye adwuma. Iti ye expect bibia se mo betumi ato aso no maye dey ma complete na maye. But now be ka train say e free 40 year no aba bedu ye 2 tier dia e na Asante dia ye NDC for ye say in some way ye kato wo say as friends say NDC for mpe Asante mayasem ye no kre because of 40 year now so wo teso dia na opese o kire because minim say emra na nado dankwa kufado e ka teso do na minim say bypass bi and say emga say overpass bi ebeba ewo Aprepo junction ha ebi beba ewo Swami Anomanji ho ebi beba ewo Abusuakuru junction ho so that say and ebi beba wo I think is it one of these place was all this passes no ukrum as yi ije nei eno no be ye free wana eno be ye free ho na ye koka regional minister no benya asem asan ba be ka kire Asante mind danase the regional minister no oyaye ade bi ewo krom ha wan hwa wudi yetumi ma babunu a na wodwen hu mienu because ni nyoma oye bia nsisi so ni nyoma oye bia nsisi so okrom ase and now feel say Ashanti region is just a region bi keke oni man ko bisa predecessor even a former mayor onko bisa no dey see okrom ha what na say the Asante ababedi agro iti mumwa Ashanti region mude munyama nka ho yenim se muntumi mo beka se mon complete yes yenim mo beka se mon complete mude munya nto ho MPP ye ba ye ne chase ye ba be complete because the same thing amudi yeso for lie the same thing and amudi yeso for lie yen ye ba complete ye ba be complete because minim se MPP free so no na contractor obuankra inland port. It is a nay, someone to month twas na mo fa bi nka ho a wo de munyangu ho MPP ye ba beto aso. Ye ba beto aso because ye wo track record wo krom ase emre bi MPP be sha ase e be she project ase e wo krom ase no. NDC ba won to aso age se MPP ko no sign ba no ba be complete this project.
And I listened to Zuba on Oirepa FM. Now I was shocked and amazed by the utterances or belittle the creative arts college now musiwo Kwadaso.
Yes.
In fact, so we hear that audio you now you are not filled with anger. Let's say you are not Kumasi enough. Let's say when you be free Kumasi. In fact, basically the person trying to say a misplaced priority. Now we are no asanka say you see a creative arts in a friend say college. In fact, nipa be ne bekum. The nipa do say ne wa. Now wabo institutions bit say GIG. We are no about to say obobe for wabo of friend say obo say 4 institutions are more for somewhat of creative art. The sad part is that none of them was in the Ashanti region. Yet he was so much full of himself, say, and Katuanon there, young fan turning into training college. That Ubusa won't say that training college. How many training colleges do we have? In fact, how many backlogs of trainees are or Mutifia? is it say na wo there's no respect for people of Kumasi, and now say what is really it say such an edificer ya dwene ho atena se hu se ampa. Look, creative art industry now so to admire interview with Bularea. The young chap is making over $100,000 a month. How many jobs and I offer that? He sometimes makes $100,000. I listen to him and how I know be little creative art industry. Me say what? And then a Kumasi for an answer for and they are such people.
I think I just want to take a bite on it. You see, it looks like people in this country don't understand how the creative economy is.
At Sana, we musician now. No papa se coupe adwuma bi yo.
Was it got to a time, no mobobo no. Na Ghana na parents in the biomo. Na kobobo kwan fa so ban na also. Born oh, one abobo a wenye yi we. But once we are se ban ni bedu level bi and then ma bibia be send ba be den. E kobobo because what is a Cristiano Ronaldo to Saudi Arabia den. E gi almost $200 million. Messi ti USA e gi ska say. Enyom se obi a catalog baako. Now no some who say na some of Ghana artists a bit to catalog. You saw the amount of needed that. They don't understand the creative economy. Bray over Ghana, I should.
Na me twa no na wo hwe ne kasa no so a it's like one tenase and study the policy because edun baby no the host obeka asem bi na host na atwena adwensi so say or say na mo ye creative art aha kroma ni theater wa na host na atwena adwensi so say in fact that edifice completed over 2 solid state of the art theaters.
For me, you know, I see say on the creative and I do not chair because someone say on who ni say say no.
I doubt. Nana, we did say one year bibia ma wase na obo no kro. We did say eye boapaye e na omo ye said the beya ye beka the region na said anase say na Chidi ka say tina want ase.
When who say NDC for no Oma sheda fa menka ne say some accounts bidin some accounts for bi omo party no and omo de ya asante dom me kindness sense say the regional minister be catch ye efa eye tier 2 yi ho mebo hwe de eye era mayor enso ye de eka me na minipa no ba hwe de nsema wo kan you see ya to aba enu ye ho pa ene ye the positions amankrofobia enuhu aba because ye de ma mabunu no obi aba o nsem ana mebo but enne mabunu no mo wan this mo edit to me ne ma wo no enne omo perform the otherwise jomo ye nyina mfa kwem and I will not be surprised say any reshuffle ebeba no ebeka sankrofo we I will not be surprised because some omo kika nyina and some fata obi a ye decide bre na ma wo ya build a creative arts me say na me wo video asat 7th January 2025 ye free so na contract wo and wo kokwa e wo fu iti nkrofo mu di to me wo krom ano it seems say region ankasa no omunye omadwen so beboa region one typical example ye Krofro market tonu de mokoye mo fa excavator with a grader ekojina ho ekojui ho oh yeah Krofro market bepem ne Krofro market contract bien ho you but because of pictures and politics on de ye asante it ye nay say meyomwa kotena sika say creative art ne ehun ni faso na school cry ye build wa ha say cry yen turning it to different thing na wo kunu baby NDC for no mo free ba wo baby o mo free ba e ya dia Ashanti region yo o ma bo mo tiri mo po pa say Ashanti do baby Ashanti abo because e wo ma dwene mo say Ashanti eto aba more e ma MPP it dia na wo say develop denti na wo say develop e ya Ashanti it enei hospitals ni esia omo so omo ntoa so creative schools ni esi wo krom omo say omo ntoa so de even po wawi a wa commission omo fa nipa nkom na omo nkwaye adwuma no omo say omo fa nipa nkom e de na Asante e de ye NDC e de na Asante de ye NDC it this creative art school ya ka ho asem me se me nua pani zuba na em sa fe na okoda dwene ho a no be hu say wanka say ye because a name pimpim and make it from this creative mona mo sorry ya mokosisa eye kuma wood actress and the actors say omo embeboa mo campaign e okrom ase yi enne sisade we nampo obi asio bomoden to aso na complete na fa ma wom no mo fa enye eye nneoma papa e okrom ase yi a o say esu nimfa so I was say turning it to different thing. This is the way mayor ekasa. This is the way mayor kasa. What dream me was answer my mayor guy because more NDC for more benefited from this actress actors will come as a you. She campaign a hold on my year will She campaign a hold on my year will come. Mu ye na mu hia wo mu a na ma mo 2000 wa ma mo 1000 bi na mo hia wo na mo de ama wo mu na mo ko. Eno na ma is it actor back or even Papa Kumasi to say. I saw me catch him say, and who here meeting us now that talking, and who here moon pay at the papa being yet, and you was something memoir. So that yes, you be you be not so fast. And the Regana has a Oko TikTok ne order a yena. Here for all this creative see a friend saying, Omoje, Emma, even entertaining the Ghanaian people. The likes of Dr. Laikimo. The likes of Asaf Powers, last hero, no friend saying other people are mean to me crying there. And more the Poco Bills and then Crawford. Share all these people. For you have set such an institution. Now take a year and Crawford. Now ba creative jobs for the people. Now when he says I do omunyes kakrache omo ya ban eduma.
Yeah, in fact, I was even coming there. They are very passionate about this issue because with this creative art. Let me tell you, that edifice this year, we necessary training even 2,000 students a year. Trust me, about 98% of that 2,000 will become self-employed.
Yeah,
they don't need to depend on government.
Who's it 2,000? What if 100?
Yes.
When you say one artist behind. One artist can employ over 100 people.
You see,
Rock Nation.
You see, it's Mr. Mayor, respectively, this one you goofed. You had it all wrong.
You had it wrong.
You had it all wrong. Yes, so Kowechi. Now, Quadron say that edifice near Wohono is fashion womb. It was well taught and well planned. And I said, Americano, South Sea and Fakwe training college. You will train people as training friends, say teachers. They will come and sit at home. 3-4 years, they will not be posted. Now, what if you now this creative arts institution, you know, now they can training the power 5,000. Out of that, trust me, a move 4,000, be self-employed, will not rely on the government. Say, and these people, some of them will end up also employing.
Now, Oshe is it Aishu? And
yes, I should speak.
Forget about Aishu. Do you know the reason why our companies employ social media managers? Do you know the reason why? Some of them creative school how to manage a social media account. Because that's where people are now. When a month will be spending hours on it too. Ufo bit is Shatawala or the manager or roadway one institution with employment our creative.
He got it wrong. Send our Shatawali. Ebianka by pen and paper. Ebianka to send me, I won't even do baby. But through the artist work, now what he has or employ over. Look at the Shazia,
the number of people are
created. And those are all part of creative. And then you sit down and you talk.
Mayor, no, or say, me say, NDC no a certain agenda against Ashanti region. Omo de Kwasi Mensah ye, but no more bomber than Hokonongo Kaya. Omo so, obi so beso anede, wo mo ya. Iti hwe ya build baby wa kohoda se wa kohoda enye small eye yini
every day
enye small yini yesi wo hono
yes
e wo mu se yewie ye say governance continues it waba the purpose no etwaso na se won toaso a enka ho asem bone asem a wakin me say ebi obeba back ababeka fofo and that's all they are chop abeba because they were he a true professor mo ye dede wo krom ha na creative art for ye beboa wo sana enada because any school now see one school ne so mana na dede na wo ye ma on everything it me am expecting one would di aye won echi ekoye campaign say sa asem we nkomo for man the lives of Christiana winning mo any friend saying nana ye boamo any sa the likes of yes
no quite a long stretch
me say ne be say wan kasa yie
nana no be cra just one bag one handbag for just a friend say makeup with one a friend say client is able to earn sometimes 2,000 3,000 from one makeup. What I say that 2,000 3,000 you know it is a sebi will be a call almost a month work as a friend say first employed teacher or as a first employed nurse. Send over and in the whole 30 days obi quiet just one makeup it make you 5,000 6,000 into well Mr. Zuba I think Sambra bi
okay see me name the pa on say omu yusu wan kuma wood from on say when the minister came to read the budget of our parliament okay said if allocated funds for what kuma wood for no say that where they will revive or more creativity near you know now because I see we say the creative art school near no
I think say or you been informed a bit because Okabibi say I'm so be city theater which is about 1,003.
This is a government
theater over there 2 theaters so we complete here. That alone though is part of the institution. The friend said the minimum capacity they have 1,004 or so. Then another one is 1,500.
This is a government that is interested in creativity. So our creative art industry because or the campaign pen we say over the years they've been taken for granted. So and I want as a regional minister sometimes or you be a pen because say or a babu near man is such a portfolio and you easy say babu near the sabema. Adia ba akwa di MPP nya kasa bia na amanfo bia wo MPP party ni ma no me den omo kan na amanfo hu ni say ya ahomaso den kasa okay ye papa Akufuado time I think it was Kwabre from omo ka so omo kwan na nya no ameya amoma omo ntu abama no o ka say omo ntu amama no nye den omo ntu ma no nye den that statement alone the then opposition NDC capitalized on it at the campaign you want see one ma can be amen so wo can di agro but look at the ecosystem now
no maybe o si ontimi kasa si okay di agro he ba me chiro di ntia be kasa o de memo ato aso ye wo ha no ye wo there's a friend say perception be say bu already we are onti brofo but by design or by how they are proud of their language they
yes
the tree than the brofo
they are very traditional we are very primitive
it's there a perception it is obi can say be now as a minister now we can say a tree version will be uploaded for clarity it means say I say you are so gum say ampampa
I may give him the benefit of doubt say that wasn't his intention
but intent is not necessary in terms of kasa
but
because obi me say wa dwene mu
the should also factor it in say the regional team is a regional they don't take omukasa no say mood kasa no mood
yes
you kasa bu ono am pese me kan yes me kan brofo but me kan watwi a obi ba dwene won say no asem amaka no medina tem say a twi an upgraded version me bada is in twi masa aden
region
tupa yes say asem na minister kan no mo muti kroma na antia na fine wo say aban ni miska obetim e dia ye 40 na 2 tia find a way to communicate to the people so say come about the better at least you need 2 tier aban ni so ni score be or be 40 but to say such a thing no as we do your math and yes we do your math
Chidi interchange and yeah sorry building what flow once what time later what was
because where Akufuado buy he didn't give reasons why I was a 3 tier no or so be 2 and I say or the course or obey. The only thing that they were looking at, I didn't know shares in the day. You money free up. So for like
shares, no. Yes.
But process has been initiated. That means it has been started.
Yes.
A process has been initiated means it has started. I did what initiated. Don't even Germany then. And to what's that's why I was disappointed.
Several things are initiated. I was a political will say opponent be ba obeka so beto ideas.
You see, so for like
for instance, near Castle So Fuller they came no say a octopus. I remember the late Professor Mills. Octopus, man some funny names. Fifi Kote, Professor Mills. The same thing, omu changing.
For almost
Roman and Kasa in I remember Honorable Atoforsen during their campaign, Binika say this program, which is the interchange, was not Yamfama Parliament. Nti I think say something that they have it in mind say omo ba
tuano tuano yeah me say 2028 baba bedru no mo nwi e wo 2028 nye prophet of doom ba wo hwe ensem a ekoso wo krom asena meaning say governor your margin say omo beto
me one thing that I will tell the NDC they say they should be very careful with their utterances on KCCA and simply be on can they should be very 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 careful because sad in the beyond the DMP before na and na ye meblu ni bu ni ebu ofu a yesi yen den yen to abakran from ma MPP because and same one mo kan wo te kra na ye shewa bufu.
And this time so no short memory no and
the kind of
social media
the kind of people about this is
a hope forever.
Millennia.
The strange thing is that at the time of people needing it, never pop it up. It will find a way of popping up, and then you'll be referred to.
This is
the politicians who learn say the era of short memory. No,
a free. This is a two generation put in one.
Anyway,
the internet generation versus Gen Z.
We'll comment on KI Kotoka International Airport. Is it necessary? Maybe a Ghana Yabedri after 60 or so years. We here say you be changing the name Kotoka to Accra International Airport or BC Kwame Nkrumah International Airport. Our names are being suggested. Is it really important right now? Say the cost involved with so much involved here. Say best the name Kotoka International Airport.
Oshe abanye otiswa. It seems say we lose focus and onim nie oye oti akonya no so. Because oshe ni bibia oye bia emfa kwem. As we speak, the good people of Ghana renaming of Kotoka and a hunya woman. Ye misa ye ho. Imprempren ye wo hoi. Ye rename bibi and a ye adia in Ghana for as we speak. And ye no ne here Ghana for. And this if one no air cochen sembia eden abakrumpa. Yama ye ni andahwa. Because ene unim say ketu no for phone so sorry. Say omo ti ase e ma yen sisa say din no. So what? Omo buy and omo share with the universities. Omo rename other universities. Omo say MPP before and ye di edin be ye de e beto so. But under MPP obi because and amo so mo buy mo rename yi. It's never true. Yen MPP for ye buy. Na a satellite campus. So bekai. Amstead ye o. Send ye is it Winneba for satellite campus. Na omo epe that autonomy no. So omo abedi omo. Iti that call ne by say ya be autonomy. Iti eni ye ntumi fast eye Winneba for din ni ye den ento omo so. Iti na ehu be hia say ye be den. Ye be ma eye sa schools ni din. Iti yankoye rename bibia. Nemu eye the autonomy no omo be de omo ho from a full complete a year. Omo nye a satellite campus to a certain institution. And a dini yede epa. Omo ba ye seeking them there and on best son. I'm studying on best son. Say akwa could do international airports. Akwa could do international airports. It ask yourself in praying and who here. And ne ketu for sorry. Da ben ena oda eye tribe on so be sorry krom ha. Ye ti krom ha yi. Ye ni obia ti wasundwe mu. Ana mebo. Ye ni obia ti wasundwe. All tribes na ye ni obia ti wasundwe mu. Inti ye mpese ndi si bakotwe bibia ba ye ntumi nsoa okrom ha. Because the mo ye mo sesa din. So omo ba be sesa Kwame Nkrumah University yisu din ya na. Is it a question na yebisa? Because Kwame Nkrumah free Asante Memo. Ana over here. Kwame Nkrumah fi Asante Memo. Say so fi nzema nkrofo anamebo. It is say Asante so sorry say dabi. Yensu ye wo obi a wabobra oye titiri oye dehye ono nso yemfa ni din koto eye university ne so a na ye kwa akoka ne say. Ma NDC fo nkotwe asem a eni fie ma. Because the mo ye no mo ka so mo san ka we kire say ye bepe ga bidin a waye yi ne ye de akwakoto so no omo nhwe yi because ntokwa mo ba ko fa ba ne ntumi nso awokrum as yi because o say esi obi asase so and Kotoka ne so wo different region so no so efi ekrofufro so itiane ebe hu be hia say wo say yesesa ne ye de to asase na friend say ade ni sisu no kuruma ni bi a ono so wabobra na wodi mu ye de beto no. Can you imagine the thinking of the NDC? It's at the end of the day asantin so sorry say suapon ye wo hoyi ye ra kwame nkruma onfi eya santimem ha ofi nkrofo ye nso ya sorry say ye mpene se besiwa ye ne besi okroma ti na make katro mo say hwe no man ko twetwe nkomo a enifie ema hwe no man ko fa asem a enifie ma because sa asem we se escalate a o the regions no bia be so be sorry aka ne nsem okrom aseyi ene ye na chese region bia the potitiro wo ho no ade bi wo ho a eno ne de beto no but ye omo ye no any commentary on the communicators any ne nkrofo enam ekira omo keka no e ya ade a eba kotwetwe asem ayede e de aba. And besides Ghana for mebunu bisa at this critical moment aye ho hyehye yen ye pe adwuma ye eno ne ade a hu hia na. It seems the government ne lose focus. Government ne lose focus because so lose focus aye den and as we speak Ghana mebunu omo pe adwuma ye was the renaming of Kotoka International Airport and no with topmost priority. Critical moment Ghana for mebunu pe adwuma ye and no ka say UTAC eco strike but abai no say ehu hia no renaming of Kotoka and no the topmost priority and the SITAC eco strike President Mama abai ni and this abai say ehu hia wo mo omuntie wo mo. But renaming of university first of Kotoka International Airport and only on topmost priority. And the JUSAC the same thing on strike. And there were certain institutions be brave okroma omo nyina akọ strike. But abai no te so no say ehu hia no emfa ne ho. Nemom ade ehu hia abai no say o renaming the airports. And only ade ehu hia wo. Today cocoa farmers are crying. Omusu aban say no de wonte say su no musu no onte. Nemom renaming of airport and no the topmost priority. And no renaming no ede eduane anasesika eba be hye fence cocoa farmers bottom. Ede sika ba be hye Ghana mbebunu bottom. It is seems said this government no will lose focus. Onim ne woye. Onim ne oye. Se ko onim ne oya nka san komo we kra no enu meme ya de eba beda table so ayebedi because parliament resume here. So resume is it third year another fourth year or resume here. The first thing na eda puno so our parliament a renaming of Kotoka. Can you imagine the thinking of this government? Can you imagine when to me and the papa be am two table so ama the Ghanaian youth enya so mfa so it's a renaming of international airport ede ne benya ede empa ne be yen mfaso ben ne de bebre eye ka bo e no mo san ko bo Ghana because so kwa ko change this so ko sisa bibia o ko sisa bibia both friends Ghana and international so ko sisa bibia. This is the people wasting of taxpayers money. Ako kan be ka $1 bafo oko kan be ka $1 bafo utiya oya obeka $1 bafo onanya oya obeka $1 bafo. Government way men can say we lose focus onim ne oye okrum senka onim ne oye okrum ha memory emprempren ya Ghana for emebunu pa adwuma ye o me kan kire say renaming of international airport and one of topmost priority o me kasa asem ne kire it medie asem a me ka kire aban we say on hwe no wankotwetwe asem amakro we mo because ene anunafo asori o say o me this year din na da airport so na wo se enne wo kwa akoyie free so e de asem beba wo krom ha na wa probi a wo free ho na wo de ne din ato so de e de asem beba. It enne other people other tribes so sorry say e de obi din ato eye bibi so ewo ye mantem ha se na on free mantem ha iti chinchin atwa yensesa na asem na ban we beka ti na make chom say asem ni fi omo hwe na man ko because mo kofa sa asem ne ba e wo krom ha se ya mo am jejereje because the ete hu kra wo krom hai yentumi so bu nwie boko issues yen so bu nwie na wo san kofa sa de we ya ba etimenia me de mesra ban no se mprempren enye no ne hu hia Ghana for the Ghana for pene se omo benya edwuma na ye wo bosa hodo a wo hye wo mu ni nyina no ebeba ebe manifeste krom ha ma Ghana fo nya so mfa so because ene Ghana fo ho hihyi wo mo se dum so sa aba o se mba yo Ghana fo ho hihyi wo mo wo be solutions permanent solutions akono wo see renaming of university ene wo ba ye 1st January my friend say official pa wo de ma ye ese wo to nkane abo mo wo to electricity bo mo wo ko to aban adwuma efo akatue mu a wo to mu 9%. Ghana for ehun chiri wo mo eno no wo se hu hiawo emu renaming of airports and then with utmost priority this government sebi oya yes impapeni abai we oya yes impapeni
too much of a strong way
na ka useless process and can yedika because the hu hia no oso wonye the hu hia pa no oso wonye and they over thousands of nurses and teachers here omo pay adwuma and then we will say renaming of airport and your topmost priority it ye kokasa we such a useless government obeka anything but anya no ne ye say hwe wan kotwe asem a enifie anye de ama because ye mpe tribalism eyibia okroma because and this ni de omo ye ade a omo nka say omo ye nkrofo a omo ni gi saa campaign ho omo ye ade omo ni gi saa campaign ho nke ye ntena krom ha ma omo nyusu sebi akanfo boys bi wa asantememu ha enka nsem a emfata enkyere asantemai okrom ase yi ye ntena krom ha ma omo nkeka sansem no okrom ase yi it medie mesre fancy majority leader ne nkrofo say saa de omo ye no wan sha de assemble de ebeba okrom because seketufo asore de a meaning say e de assemble tumi ade aba because other regions no so sorry other tribes no so sorry dia ene e de asem beba okuma nye obi na ekum na ntwio na de wow bosi ako na wo de uti ayede akokoje akirema iti omo nye de hu hia e ma Ghana for than say omo kofa asem a eni fia ayede e de aba
Chidi necessary KI
I said now no maintain catch you say it's very necessary because as somebody are coming from historical point here you can be part of Adebone. Is
that really the case? Say Kotoka, that coup was not necessary because I say as a student of history, then situating in a right perspective. Do you think say Ghana one party state? People were being detained by the how do you call it, Civil Detention Act, even though it was passed by Parliament. But can I say apartheid was a law passed by Parliament. At the time, people were being arrested, detained without trial because of there was this friend say a detention act, which was like I've been referring to, and then Ghana becoming one party state. Don't you think, say others also think, say that was a necessary evil? Some ma what here, memeti am timikabi, what here also timikabi. Don't you think, say rather no? As people others believe, say then what Kotoka did, they symbolize freedom. Say yen premo be oppressed as our mind. We will not allow people to oppress us no matter who you are. Do you believe, say it really say by virtue of say kunti, he doesn't deserve say anything better so?
It's cool a good thing.
We might argue say a good thing. It depends. Like I'm saying,
it's cool a good thing.
Say what's your yeah, the country has been made into one party state.
Okay.
Would you agree?
Okay.
Say Ghana high. Now yeah, sorry, say Ghana be one party state.
Of which it will never happen.
It happened then.
I'm talking about
what
this.
What Kotoka did. So I mean,
but I'm
going by the fact
the reason why they did that, did they achieve it?
Well, last time subjective.
I asked you a simple question.
Subjective.
Can you point to anything that the National Liberation Council did that is still
what I believe they did? They say, "Am I a quite amande?
I'm saying
Ghana is not one party state.
Are they wrong? But you see, I
not
don't
always the case.
I don't like the fact say they are taking it to that tribal tangent. You see,
that issue of coup was not why they are changing the name. Do you know why? Because NDC is also guilty of same. No, what they said, they never mentioned coup because almost say because it's Ganland, so they want to name it after Accra because it's on Accra land. Though Obibeka said no, that is not why. But Nyauka said because of Kotoka is linked to a coup. But NDC cannot mention that because NDC is guilty of same.
Yes,
Because NDC was born out of what has
revolution.
But coming to your point again, no, I don't believe say Kutuka being what Kutuka did was actually indeed 100% bad thing. Because in America, people were being detained for just even saying one put in jail, no proper trial, just like that.
Didn't they accuse the government of being corrupt?
He was corrupt in some way, but he wasn't perfect.
The NLC,
Nkrumah wasn't perfect.
So
Nkrumah was
a
great
NLC
president.
Too corrupt? Why did they too corrupt?
Africa as a whole, but at some point you became power drunk.
Then why
would you tell something when we say Ghana was being oppressed and they see a independent from our colonizers? Then you turn around and say we're running one party state. Such people will not sit down and let it happen.
But did they achieve what they?
That is subjective.
Okay, you find on Chincha. No, another topic for the day.
Sure.
But taking it to that tribal time, you say because it's on a Ghana land, I thought say it was needless. It wasn't something, and then can you say a bind to the conversation? They could have found a proper reason to it. Look, some countries we on my capital a brand. New York. When I'm coming who will be shattered in New York. The New York has become a brand. As though could do New York a JFK and you land that. But the New York City itself is a brand. Bronx has been able to do that. Philadelphia has been able to do that. LA has been able to do that. So we could have given away and said the Accra name has become a brand that we can use it. I replace here Kotoka International. Send a better Accra brand now more visible. That could have been an easy and I say reason be a bit for a better than giving it say it's on a Ghana land. So what if you say the people living here in Ashanti when you wake up say okay the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology the name Kwame Nkrumah no enye onye Kumasi na onye Asante nti yenyi free on ma what will happen in this country? Sometimes yeah idea you're very careful. The kind of reason I didn't maybe I didn't have the papa by reason I didn't count to grandma I didn't cry a phone so say and the papa. They shouldn't take it to that tribal tangent. They should just find a way they will just kill this once and for all. Because I do say because it's on Ghana land or it's not right.
Well, not right. Nana Drew AOB I think so we're supposed to leave by 8 in a few minutes, like 2 minutes to 8 o'clock. Into any other business?
Best sorry so no. I'm saying she's a current gem boss chairman of the no kwapia. Mami Chan na min country esia hene to hene for Metro Abase. Papa Beba as the regional chairman for the New Patriotic Party in Ashanti region. Edruwa yenye nadom na yento abadmano no metiki party no na onhihye party. Meno beba bedi na ho komo proper ofie haseye. Ba de hia me enwumre koko farmers no omodie no ene one of the thing men can say take the center stage as we speak because ahometisem krom haseye koko for no ye the FM. I know say me aminu apani Dennis Miracles Abwaje ene other people and so the omano atumubi. I know say some press conference near the day ebeba People's Forum ni nyina no yebeba and a team a movie today all this Kuku areas all omo ha ni nyina no ebeba bonten nti you expect more from the MPP communicators this 2026 you put the government on the toes ade na esuyen say no ya so ade na si ho which is the presidential primaries this year so esi ho no ye ni omo beko no boot for boot so what I say because aban we na nkasa no we lose focus onim ne wo ye as we speak nti nei the minister kan nsem fono kire yen ne mayor eno so ka nsem we ye den kire yen in fact omu nim ne omo ye as we speak omo ti aban no nti nei wo hwe all the projects and programs MPP di gu form and I say di gu kwemu a na eso aba ni nyina no omo ba ye ne sa project ni nyina omo si ni tirase. And one typical example is the zip line. And no one says zip line go. And no call ayo menako, o come ampon, if baby impanya, o call what nina, or say enye juma. Adentia. Because vision na a cra MPP no. As so to the extent NDC for no, omo managing a keke cra no to me manage. And the zip line go. I had this e-health here, okrum ha, na wo yare wo konfanochi na wo ko south ne ade ne ene saa de ne nyina no o masini trase ite chiro pefe se oman ne nyina yie nhyehyɛ papa true na na dodan kwa kufado ni Yoruba Baumia ye di go form ne nyina na nkrofo no ba o masini trase iti media meka che Ghana for se munum nsuo ntwen ope munum nsuo ntwen ope ewom se obeka se yes ne wade but nim yawo ye to aba 7 December ye nansen ya ba ne ye twa 1 year ene obi ehunu aban de oye okrom ha bibia enko yie okoka ye benya aban mu mpenfo a ombeto ayampia aka nsem ayede akire okrom ha se nya abotre the New Patriotic Party sene mu nim se ye nim amamuo no ewom se nioma na ba ya ma nioma ya den ekosa but munya abotre because NDC we enya ade obetumi aya de papa bia oba ye die na NDC aya okoka mbaka $1 okoka inflation but still nioma bo den ana say o matete nioma bo so okrom mpaboe ya na nkane boys yi omode bo akata okrom hai in 2024 na MPP ukura be 150 200 na nne wutumi nya bi ehye kama one na wutumi ehye this sneakers na unya correct one che ba nne unkura 450 500 da unya bi nche kata mzamebo ba ukoka mbaka $1 bafo mbaka $1 inflation bafo ana mebo
well
and next papers yente so to say it is sanyoma we nyina okrom ba ukoka mbaka $1 all is well Ghana fo nya abotre NDC fo no so omunya abotre the issue is omomonte de Ghana fo ka because ukoka ombe o jesu and MPP for ya to abeti am MPP egu ye ka sansem we bi in 2017 it can be 2020 and 2024 and they opposition inti mo benya vote bi ni inti no mo ma mutrum nyed your days are numbered inti abotre and obi abenya ama the New Patriotic Party this year you know mbeko no boot for boot once I swear this one is from no this year you know mo group as ye obi abehu bi anso bebo nsem ama the New Patriotic Party communicators
their days are numbered and then boot for boot Chidi
ene Friday we na o driver make sure say won no nsa na on drive obekọ ba bi so ana wa yeden abo ho ban na Ghana penifo no so no mo hwe ma no kasa so yi mo hwe ni yi pa because amanfo e monitor mo na wa hwe bi e no obeka asim be ye se ya agoro ana ase nya asim bi ehun hia wo kine bi no sa asem no ebetimi do aka akotina fi me de no ne de mo ka
well all too soon that must say mo amoje bra mo try and China me aye almost 2 hours ni Nana Jane MPP communication team Ashanti region that was bebre say wa be try o ha anybody say obema na ye ntiti o ha because nkomo no they aso amanfo ani a we comment section they appreciate your presence here Chidi so they always in the house and I could see ntimi antrase me na mtran mu akosi we sure say yankopon ya adoma Monday oba be try nchen producer na school and I was a producer at large ketchi the munina ase yankopon ya adoma Monday e be start the program ya ba Afro City extra hot in the evening nyame show bibia said the Chidi kan na Friday don't drink and drive obeko baby akoji weni a you know a friend say on the lower side said the ya yankopon ya adoma Monday e be san ba be hia asomdwe mu na biboni bia nsiye edamase yankopon ya adoma e be hia